Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick on the SEGA Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on where you are in the world. And this one is Super Thunder Blade. Yes, it's a helicopter shooter game published by SEGA in 1988, the sequel to Thunder Blade. I'm not sure if that came out on the Mega Drive, but it may have come out on the arcades. It's a shooter, it's a flight simulator, it plays a little bit similar. We'll keep the difficulty as normal at the moment. A little bit similar to Space Harrier after Burner, so I might get very frustrated with this one. But yeah, you're a helicopter gunship. And here we go on our mission to blast everything over 4 stages if you are good enough. Now, we've already reviewed this game, funnily enough, on the PlayStation 3 as a part of a compilation. It was like a Mega Drive compilation if you want to check that one out. Reviewed it quite some time ago. Now, Nick, don't swear. This ain't the swearing channel. Let's see how far I can get. It's not expert gameplay, but seeing how far you would have got in your first or second go with enough there to play again. Now, oh man, now you can shoot or fire missiles. It's all about weaving to try and get out of the way of these nincompoops from hell. Okay, if you had this game back in the day, let me know. Don't crash into the buildings. Get as far as you can. So this is on normal mode. You've got 3 lives in this mode. I got hit again. So immediately, if you're familiar with these sort of arcadey type games, you'll see that the gameplay is very similar to, I mentioned, Space Harrier after Burner, where you could pretend that you're skillful trying to avoid all the things firing at you, but really you're just weaving around randomly on the hope of not getting hit. People good at the game will say no, it requires a little bit more skill, more than that, but we'll see how we go. So, it's scrolling badly, but it is 1988, and I'm getting a bit of a retro buzz from playing this game, although I'm on my last life already. Now, there are halfway bosses at halfway, and end of level bosses also. The gameplay will game over immediately. It will differ from this chase helicopter view to a top-down view when you're taking out some of the bosses, I think. So it's saying stage 1 down the bottom, and my lives are going to be quick. Now, I'm already tempted to try and put this on easy mode, but anyway, Super Thunder Blade. If you've completed all 4 stages, then let me know. I'll have one last go, trying to do it properly, and then we'll go easy peasy to see if I can make this at least a little bit easier. Right, fire your missiles and fire your guns at the right time. And yes, immediately I'm turned into wreckage on the road. If you're a helicopter lying in wreckage, then comment below in the comment section. Big thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far. If you watched this far into the video, which hasn't been going that long to be honest with you, but if you're there anyway, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. YouTube is a tough business for a variety of reasons, not just YouTube, but everything seems to be against you sometimes, but this is all about beating stress and getting away from that. It's easy to say beating about stress when you get blown up in a helicopter within 30 seconds. Right, time for easy mode here. If you're liking your Mega Drive stuff, then there is a whole playlist dedicated to that. If you want to see that, click on my username, that takes you to the channel page, then click on playlist, there we go, easy mode. Is that live there? Yeah, click on playlist and you'll see all the different playlists there, including Mega Drive and a number of other systems. Players free, that must be the lives. How far can I take this? 7 lives, right. Let's at least try and get to one boss. You never know, we might get lucky. Stand by for action, helicopter flying. My favourite helicopter shows of the day were, well, Airwolf, although the games weren't particularly good, and there's Blue Thunder also. So this is, when you're playing this game, you'd think maybe you're in Airwolf or Blue Thunder. Right, kaboom! Let's try and get a bit better here. I'm trying to, it might not look like it, but I'm trying to avoid the flames firing at me, and also those rather, in the 3D world, those rather 2D looking buildings. Frame rate is appalling, but just try and do the best you can. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, always do, I don't think this came out on the Commodore Amiga, and I would like to have seen it. So it's very basic looking, it's very early sort of like game in this sort of like range. Come on Nick, you can do this thing, maybe. Right, come on man, Caravan. We can do this, we can do this. We got this thing, maybe. Right, so I've already lost a number of lives. Over the river we go. Right, come, let's have a little bit of a run on it. Flying. See, I'm trying to use skills, but just weaving is best. Up, down, left and right, and kaboom again. Now, if any of you were good at this game, throw your tips below, because it's madness. Do I prefer it to Space Harrier and Afterburner? Well, they're pretty much the same, really, but out of those 3, I probably like Space Harrier the best, going through the fantasy zone. check out those reviews. Reviewed them both on the Mega Drive and the PlayStation 3. It's a good compilation that PlayStation 3 game. I will just say a big thank you to the members as well for keeping this thing running. If you want to be a member, click on that join button. Right, I've got to a boss here. Thank you, members. Right, I'd like to give you more really, but anyway, I'll try and keep the thing going. I can only deliver a certain amount. Someone, well, about a few weeks ago said I was very lazy for not doing live streams more often. But you know, what can you do? If I was full time, they'd be probably every day, more or less. Right, it's all about if I get enough members, then I could do that. Right, let's just blow up this tank. I think it takes a lot of kabooting. I must almost have it now. I think I'm down to my last helicopter already, and this is piffling on stage 1. I think this is the halfway point. It just shows you how bad I am on this game. Well, as I say, I haven't played it a great deal to be fair, but it's alright. I would have liked it back in 1988. What, I'd have been about 13, 14 years old, and that's gone. No wreckage anywhere. Is that the end of the stage? No, it isn't. It just means you're halfway. Oh man, I've got to go all the rest of the way on 1 life. That's a bit of an ask. Anyway, seems to be lasting a bit longer than normal. Oh, he says, and he blows up and bashes into a building, into the grass. All 7 pilots dead. All 7 pilots dead in the head. Oh man. Right, 1 last life then. 1 last go. We'll see. Oh, I've got on the highest score chart this time. Not surprising though, if I've got it on easy mode. Which a lot of these games on the Mega Drive, they have different modes, which the Amiga didn't have on a lot of them. Which is good. It's nice to see. If you've played Thunderblade in the arcades, let me know about that as well. But this is Super Thunderblade. Music is pretty good. It's got that sort of like resonance I come to expect from the system. I didn't own Genesis Mega Drive or back in the day, but I wish I had done. I was on an Amiga man, ZX Spectrum, then Commodore Amiga, though I had a Game Boy Advance pretty at the same time as the Commodore Amiga. Then the PlayStation took over, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I haven't got a PlayStation 5, but not many people have. I don't think they've produced too many, have they? If you're a PlayStation 5 man, let me know, but these are, or woman, these games are a lot simpler back then. I think it'd be a very tough ask to get a kid interested in this sort of game now. They'd think, what the hell's going on? Is this some sort of like crazy joke? Right, anyway, we're flying through helicopter. 1 helicopter versus everyone. Ooh, I haven't died so far, that's good, isn't it? Maybe I'm getting better. Maybe there is skill involved. This is good. Look at me fly. Fly, my pretties, fly. Oh man. Come on, Nick. Oh, that was longer than usual. Maybe I might fluke my way to the end. What do you reckon? Over the river. I think we've used about 4 lives last time, haven't we, over the river? There's going to come a point in this, I suspect, when my luck runs out and I lose my lives in a big succession, one after the other. Tanks on the ground, aircrafts in the air. Here I am stuck in the middle of you. Now that's not the song. Oh dearie me. This is going well. Don't tempt fate. Come on, let's get off stage 1. Now this is stage 1 is through the city, it seems. I think the other stages may be through a desert or an over water also. Oh, kaboom. Now I think this is the sort of like point where the halfway through boss is. There he is. Here's the halfway through boss. Oh god, that was a cheap life to lose. That was a cheap life to lose. Right, right, hang on a minute. I think there's that bit in the middle I have to keep hitting, do I? Just keep hitting the bits that are firing at you. Oh, missile, duck. Come on, it can't take too much more of this. I'm doing some guns and missiles at the same time. Come on, that was dead on. That was dead on, Jim. Oh, come on, just blow up end of half-level burst. Yes, good. On we go. Well, we've got 4 lives there in the bottom left. Stage 1 still. Luck, please don't run out. Oh, it might have run out. Flaming helicopter into the ground. Apparently the helicopter is mostly the hardest thing to fly. Problem with flying a helicopter is, I suppose, if you get an engine failure on a plane, you've got half a chance of gliding it to the ground. Helicopter, the blade goes, just go straight down your doom. There's no way out of that. You ain't got much time to parachute out of a helicopter. It's just failure and on the floor. They sent a mini helicopter to Mars. It was like a drone flying around, I suppose, taking photos of stuff. That was quite clever. So if you've got a helicopter and you're a bit bored, maybe take it to Mars and fly around there, though you have to turn the propeller up to a slightly higher speed. Right. Try and do that. Take oxygen with you as well, because that's, you know, tricky. I'm zipping through the lives now. Surely I ain't got too much longer left to go on stage 1. So that's one complaint then. Stages are a bit long, even on easy mode. So I think I was with this all day on easy mode. I'm quite confident I might fluke my way to the end. Lots of... oh, that's it, I think. Oh, well, I don't know how much for... oh, 1 life left, right. Come on, can we get to the end of literally stage 1? Can't remember how far I got on the PlayStation 3 compilation of this. Maybe I did stage 1, but I doubt it. If I don't get to the overhead bit, maybe I'll leave it in demo mode. It might show us that. With fingers crossed. Oh, that's it. That's me doomed. And I think that road going across was the end of the level. I think I was literally about 20 metres away from getting to the end. Curses blasting the other one. Oh no. High score again. 1.1 million, then 18610 on top of that. NNN, that's always my name in these, unless it isn't. Right, let's just waffle on a bit, see if it goes into demo mode, so I'll at least show you a little bit of the game. So if you, well, a bit further the game I should say, so if you want to play it, this is what you're going to try and get to. I bet it doesn't get to it now. Yes, so, you know, top game. Well, frustrating. Well, it's okay for an era. It's classic for the era, but it doesn't stand up too well today. Did I enjoy it? Well, sort of. And I think if I kept playing it, I'd fluke my way to the end. It's not a game I'd greatly want to keep playing over and over again now. Oh, look, there we go. So, look, this is the mode I almost got to when you're defeating the real end of level boss. So the half level boss is chase view. This is the end of level boss, and it's sort of this top-down sort of affair. Yes, here he goes. Again firing his missiles and stuff. I don't know why it does this, but it breaks up the play a little bit. And then you can see the computer is just weaving backward and forward, which probably I would try and do in order to destroy that. So you get that on four separate stages. This bit doesn't look quite as good as the chase view, does it really? But again, it seems to be missing certain frames of animation. Yes. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there, and as the pilot dies in flame, how fitting. So I hope you liked having a look at that game. That was Super Thunder Blade on the SEGA Genesis on Mega Drive, published by SEGA in 1988. Okay game for the era, we should say. Good sounds on it, but doesn't age particularly well. But you know, good from a historical point of view. I think that's fair. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.